Just testing levels here. Nothing else. Just testing from Assumption here for tonight's Week 7 matchup. All right. Guess not.
Heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Thank you for the opportunity to compete and bring out the best in each other. Please keep everyone safe from injury, harm, and disrespect. For our athletes, coaches, fans, and officials, give each of us the charity, humility, and courage to play, coach, cheer, and referee in a manner which is pleasing you, giving our absolute best for your glory and honor. Saint Michael the Archangel, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. High school athletics are eventful. As members of the Central Wisconsin Conference, please remember that players, coaches, and officials all try to do their best. Let's respect their efforts. Thank you. Please remain standing. Join in the singing of our national anthem this evening, sung by Alexis Walt.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, now we're ready to go here in Wisconsin Rapids tonight, and have a good evening, everyone, from Southwood County 2000 Stadium on the beautiful campus of Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. We get you ready for Week 7 of the high school football season. It is the visiting Loyal Greyhounds and the 2022 Central Wisconsin Conference Small Champions, the Assumption Royals. Going through the starting lineups, Loyal came out as a team. Assumption Royals coming out as the senior class. Ryan Shaw, Jack Klott, Kate Statz, Nick Lieberg, Joey Moyer, Xavier Hoffman, Dylan Sanders, and Big Kenny Golot. Royals head coached by Jeff Sullivan, and Loyal head coached by Chris Lindner. Royals with their 41-6 win last week against Pacelli. They clinched not just a playoff spot this year, but also a conference title for the first time in 47 years. 1975, the last conference championship, the first one, obviously, now since they joined the WIAA in 2000. We got 10 games on the docket tonight for you on Zaleski Sports. As of right now, 9, waiting on Thorpe and Athens. But we've got 9 games on the docket here for Zaleski Sports. And we're going to have football, cross country, and tennis. The seniors here tonight that are going to be recognized, and they will start with the going to start with the football players, it looks like. Kenny Golot. Kenny scored a touchdown last week at Pacelli, a pick 6. The highlight of his senior season for sure, and maybe his football career. Xavier Hoffman Coach Sullivan, as he does every year, handshakes to players and kids, or coaches, players and players and parents. And Jack Klott, quarterback, senior. Nick Lieberg, 2,500-yard rushing career as of right now. He surpassed that last week at Pacelli. Before we get Joey Moyer, Ryan Shaw, Kate's stats. And Xavier Hoffman. Nope. Already called Xavier.
Kate Stats, son of Mr. and Mrs. Chad and Janelle Stats. And
Dylan Sanders suiting up tonight, being announced as a senior for the Assumption Royals. They're about to kick off at Hyden Community Stadium in Marshfield. We'll go through our games tonight. Wisconsin Rapids is at Marshfield. If Rapids wins, they will most likely clinch a share of the Valley Football Association. Kristen Casey. Grace Hoffman. There's a Dolan on crutches down there. Cross-country runner. Blake Lobner. Ava Lurch. So Wisconsin Rapids at Marshfield. New London is at Waupaca tonight. DC Everest is in Hortonville. Stratford is hosting Waiwega Fremont in a homecoming matchup over at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. Nakusa is in Amherst. We saw Nakusa last week. Pittsville is at Edgar. Of course, our game here tonight, Loyal and Assumption. Manawa is at Spencer Columbus. Owen Withee is in Greenwood. And still no live yet from Thorpe and Athens. And then one to watch that we're going to keep our eye on is Pepin Alma and Blair Taylor. That'll be a fun game to watch as well. Casey Schultz, the final. Casey Schultz, the final senior.
Casey and the Sunshine Band Schultz, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Blake and Judy Schultz, representing tennis this evening.
And Assumption will kick off, I believe, to start the game right to left. We do, after all the senior festivities, we do have a football game to play here tonight. Assumption looking for their 6th win of the year. It might sound weird, but after tonight, Assumption will pick up 2 wins. A 2-win night for Wisconsin Rapids Assumption in conference play anyway, because they will not be taking on Wild Rose next week. Wild Rose, of course, went to 8-player football, and they will head up to Webster. They got a couple of odd games coming up. At Webster on next Friday at 5 o'clock, and then the Thursday after that, 4:30 kickoff against Rochelt. Steve Maves alongside Olivia Zimmerman and Joshua Bush here tonight. Mason Kubis will kick it from right to left for the Royals, as he has done all season long. Reed Stiglitz back to receive, and we are underway here in Wisconsin Rapids. Kubis's kickoff right along the sideline. Ryan Shaw is going to come up with the tackle, and that is where Loyal will start their first possession here tonight. Greyhounds struggling this year. Just 1 win in conference and a couple of tough losses to go along with it. A relatively young team for Coach Lidner and the Loyal Greyhounds. Assumption tore apart Loyal last year, the final regular season game of the year. Reed Dillman had a game of his life in that game. And then in 2019, I was trying to find a clip of that game when Assumption was struggling to win a game. A run up the middle off the left side. Huge hole for Louis Nicolai. Trying to chase past Jack Klott. He does. Ryan Shaw trips him up all the way up to the 25-yard line. Louis Nicolai picks up a huge gainer to start things here tonight. The biggest gainer against this Assumption defense in many, many weeks. And right up the gut, Nikolai went, and his 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. A quick hitter. Back under center is Eli Zettler, a sophomore. And again, near side, tries to get the edge. He will be stopped and pounded there by Shaw. On the run with Sullivan Hansen. They're going to give him back to the original line of scrimmage.
Sullivan Hansen with a carry. Brian Shaw with a tackle.
Hansen and Nikolai, the main runners. Couldn't really catch my breath and tell you who this game is sponsored by tonight. It is Solaris. We'll hear from our friends at Solaris here in just a moment. They were tossing the ball all around the field during warm-ups. Not sure if Eli will try that here tonight. Under center is Zettler. 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pitch it out to Nikolai. Trying to get the edge. He breaks a couple of tackles. Going to be hit hard there after a gain of a couple. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Solaris. With so much of our lives riding on the internet these days, choosing a provider you know and trust has become more important than ever. Solaris Fiber Network is the fastest technology available. It's more reliable than cable internet, provides equal upload and download speeds. Solaris has been keeping Central Wisconsin connected for over 125 years. They have the speeds you need. Call, stop in, or visit Solaris.net to learn more. Big 3rd and 9 here for Loyal. Nothing to lose for the Greyhounds. Might be 4-down territory. They got shut out last week in Iola. And Nikolai tries to get the edge. Bounces in, bounces out. Manny Schultz is there. Going to break a couple. Fall near the 19-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down and 5. Nick Lieberg getting up and pounding Kenny Golot on the helmet. 4th and 5 coming up for the Greyhounds.
4th and 5.
Marshfield marching down on Wisconsin Rapids early on in Marshfield. 1st and goal for the Tigers against the Red Raiders. We're at 4th and 5 here from the 19-yard line, working left to right, just underway. Zettler under center, 2 backs behind him. And is going to hand it right up the middle to Nikolai. He's going to be close. He's going to get the 1st down. And a huge carry again by Louis Nikolai, and a 1st down inside the 15 to about the 13 or the 12 or 13-yard line. And Xavier Hoffman will be subbed out after that play. Nikolai running hard. Louis is a junior. Marshfield up 6-0 on Wisconsin Rapids. Just 3 minutes gone in that first half, or in that first quarter. We are at 1st and 10 from the 12 here. And hand up the middle again. Nikolai right off that left side. Left guard, left tackle. And he's just been able to ease his way through that line. And it's going to be second and about 3. 2nd and 2 from the 5. Loyal making quick work here after that huge gainer to start the ball game. Second and 2, 8:20 to go, first quarter. Loyal marching with ease. Nearly got Assumption jump off sides. Nikolai's going to be stopped there. Break a couple of tackles into the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds. Louis Nikolai bouncing off a couple of would-be tacklers and into the end zone for a touchdown from 5 yards out, and the Greyhounds are on the board here in the first quarter. Again, got shut out last week at Iowa Scandinavia and made easy work of the Assumption defense on this opening drive. Going for 2 here. Why not? Been able to run it all the way down the field. Nikolai again, he's going to fall, and the 2-point conversion is no good. 8:05 to go, first quarter. Loyal gets on the board. 6-0 Greyhounds. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Again, the Loyal Greyhounds made easy work of the Assumption defense on that opening drive and marched right down the field into the end zone for a touchdown. Gave up a late touchdown last week against Pacelli in the first half. But other than that, it was a clinic on that opening drive. We'll see what the Assumption offense can do now. No other scores really to report. A couple of touchdowns here and there. See if we get you a score from Pepin Alma. It looks like the Pepin Alma Eagles are marching down against Blair Taylor. The lone loss for Assumption this year came to Pepin. The kick here for Hudson Hansen. And a boot. And it's going to be taken by Manny Schultz at about the 25-yard line. Trying to find a seam. He's going to be upended there, taken down near the 37-yard line. This weekend is supposed to be absolutely beautiful. Time to do some yard work and head over to Fleet Farm. Sign up, and when you're there, sign up for Fleet Rewards and get exclusive offers and deals. Earn points and save. 500 points equals a $5 reward. Plus, it's free to sign up. Start earning points today. Get everything you need in one stop at Fleet Farm. High-powered offense of the Royals. Jack Klott under center. Nick Lieberg, Cade Stats, Manny Schultz is backs with Joey Moyer, the tight end, and Ryan Shaw, the wide receiver. And right up the middle goes Lieberg. He'll be stopped there, taken down after a gain of 1.5 yards. Again, last week, Nick surpassed his 2,500-yard mark for his career. And again, the Royals, a little slow to start things here. Klott goes under center. 2nd down and 9 after a gain of 1 for Nick Lieberg. And he's going to keep it himself again is Lieberg. He's going to stiff arm, tiptoe the sideline, get run out of bounds near the 50-yard. They're going to give him the 47, and it's going to be enough for a first down for Assumption. That's going to be 3rd down and 0.5 yard. No, they're going to give him the first. It's right at the line marker. No, maybe, yep, first down Royals. They gave him the first down. The white hat pushed him. Let's go. Got to move him. There we go. It was pretty close. It was right on that line, but as soon as the white hat gives you the first down point, Klott back under center. In motion is Schultz. And right up the middle is Lieberg. He's going to fall forward for about I'll give him 5 on the play. 2nd down coming up. They'll give him 6. 2nd and 4 coming up. Fast-paced offense here for the Royals. Trailing 6-0, just underway. They're nearly halfway through this first quarter on senior night for the Royals. 8 seniors for Assumption. Klott back under center. And hand up the middle for Lieberg. Breaks a couple of tackles, and Nick Lieberg is gone to the house. 48 yards for the big fella. All Nick Lieberg on that drive, and the Royals tie it right back up. To the house for the big fella. And we're tied at 6. Broke a couple of tackles, a couple of arm tackles trying to drag him down from behind, and it failed, and Nick Lieberg made him pay. With ease, much like the Assumption or much like the Loyal drive. And now Mason Kubis in to attempt the PAT. Good snap, good hold. It is up, and it is perfect. 6:22 to go in the opening quarter. We're in for a shootout here tonight in Wisconsin Rapids. 7-6 Royals. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids as the Royals march right down the field and answer right back with a touchdown of their own. 7-6 Assumption. 7-0 Manawa over Spencer Columbus. 6-0 Owen Withey over Greenwood. And from Pepin Alma, 7-0 Pepin Alma over Blair Taylor. 7-7 in Marshfield. Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. In a game that could decide the conference champion. Wapaka 7 and New London nothing. Ball's on the ground, still loose, and it's fallen on by the Royals. It's fallen on by Ryan Shaw, and special teams coming through huge for Assumption. Bobbled, perfectly done by Kubis. And it's 1st and 10 for Assumption. Got the football right back, and that will help your defense out tremendously. Don't allow Loyal to even touch the football on the offensive side. And timeout's going to be called by the Greyhounds. We'll keep it right here. Hear from our friends over at Key Savings Bank. Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area. Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has a personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big with small rates at Key Savings Bank. As mentioned, Assumption will be at Webster next week. That is a 5 p.m. kickoff. Webster a long ways away. We will not be there. We will link to We Are Sports. I believe that's, or the We Are Network for that game. And then week 9 to round out the season. Again, it's hard. We're already in week 7. We have 2 weeks after this before the postseason starts on October 21st. And then week 9 is a Thursday afternoon game at 4:30 p.m. That is a kickoff against Rosholt. Reason for 4:30 is that Rosholt, much like Assumption did last night for a Volley for the Cure, Rosholt has their own Volley for a Cure game, or Dig for Cancer, or Dig for a Cure, whatever it is, that they wanted to be home in time for their volleyball players. So that is the reason that I was told, so that's what we're going to go with. I formation, or off I formation. Manny Schultz in the backfield this time. Back to pass for Shaw, or for Klott, looking for Shaw. It is up, it is tipped away. Nicely done by the defensive back, Parker Smith. Had Shaw out there, Klott just underthrew him a little bit.
2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, that's exactly what you want to do, though. As soon as you get the ball back, you want to try for that home run hitter, and that's why Manny Schultz was in the backfield. Extra blocker. Lieberg up the middle again. He's going to ground and pound up to the 30. Give him the 31, a gain of about 4 on the play. 15-0 Amherst over Nakusa. Scoreless in Edgar against Pittsville, 0-0. Pittsville gave Colby a game last week, 21-6. And given Edgar all they could handle. They gave Assumption all they could handle, 23-20 in week 3. Klotz gives it up again to Lieberg. Well, that's going to be Stats on the carry. It's going to be 4th down coming up for Assumption. Under 6 minutes to go, first quarter. This is a play. This is a down. This is a spot here where you look for a player like Joey Moyer. 4th down and 2. Klott goes under center. In motion goes Manny Schultz. And they got Loyal to jump off sides. Right over the ball is 68 Ethan Jordan, a senior. And that is exactly what you do not want to happen if you're Coach Lindner. And Ethan is going to come off the field. One of the worst places. One of the worst places you can jump off sides is when you're lined up right over the football. That's what Ethan Jordan just did. 1st and 10 for Assumption now after the penalty on a 4th and 2. 5 minutes to go. Klott's going to keep it himself. Pitch it out to Manny Schultz. Tries to find a block. He cuts inside. Gets hit hard by 78. Roby Baranek. And it's going to be 2nd down. Good tackle there by Roby. 2nd down coming up. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Give a shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. Appreciate you making us a part of your Friday night. Again, hard to believe only a couple of them left. Hope the Royals make a deep run here. Cade Stats tries to get the edge. He's got a lot of green in front of him. The 15, the 10, 5, touchdown. Cade Stats from 20 yards out. Uses that stiff arm, and it's 13-6 Assumption with 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Give a shout out to Cole after that touchdown. Cole Stats tuning in. And Cade just scored a touchdown for him. And it's 13-6 Assumption. Mason Kubis in to attempt the PAT. Good snap, good hold. Kubis up, and it is off the upright. Doinked it. It's no good. 4:20 to go, first quarter, 13-6 Assumption. Back to Southwood County Stadium after this on Zaleski Sports.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
So a short field helped by a 4th down offsides penalty, along with the kickoff that was recovered by Assumption. And it's going to be a kickoff here to start the next possession for one of these two teams. Huge crowds watching all around Zaleski Sports Network tonight. Appreciate everyone tuning in. And it's going to be it's going to be a kickoff here. 13-6 Assumption. Over 300, closing in on 350 watching the Rapids Marshfield game. They're tied at 7, and Rapids has the football to closing in on the end of the first quarter. Everybody yelling, check your mouth guards. You got to do it. Mason Kubis, a high-end over-end boot. Backing up is going to be taken at about the 13-yard line. Tries to get a block. He does, and cuts back inside. Gets past Walker Livernash. Falls to the 30-yard line. Nice return there by Parker Smith. And Loyal, who dominated on their opening drive, will be back out of the field for their second possession after their defense gave up 2 touchdowns. And so not an ideal spot here for Loyal, but again, we saw how quickly they can answer back. Score from Edgar, 8-0 Edgar Wildcats over the Pittsfield Panthers. We're at 4:13 to go here in the first quarter. Already 19 points scored. Zettler under center. And going to hand it up the middle. He's going to be taken there by Golot. Kenny with the tackle up to the 34-yard line. On the carry is Sullivan Hansen. Again, Kenny scored a touchdown last week with the pressure by Brad Jorgensen on a screenplay. And then threw it right into the feathery hands, soft hands of Kenny Golot. He marched into the end zone. Wonderfully done by the big fella. Talked to him after the game. Up the middle again. Royals were ready for it. A whole host of Royals. Jorgensen in there as well. Jorgensen, Golot, Moyer, and Gunnar Kraus. And it's 3rd down and a long way to go now for Loyal. 3rd down and long. 3 minutes to go. First quarter here at Southwood County Stadium in Wisconsin Rapids. Zettler back under center. And hands it up to the near side. Tries to get around the edge. He does, and it's going to be close to a first down. Falling out of bounds is 21, Trin Scheel. And it's going to be 4th down and 1. Again, getting the edge. 4th down and a long 1. Loyal is going for it. Again, much like their 4th down near the end zone, nothing to lose for the Greyhounds this year. Fourth down and 1. Royals can't jump off sides. And they give it up the middle. Joey Moyer meets him there along with Walker Livernash and popped him in the hole, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Joey Moyer, what a hit by the senior linebacker. Holy cow, shot out of a cannon was Joey Moyer. Read it like a book, unblocked. Moyer there. Walker Livernash helps him clean it up. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40, working south to north as you watch on your screen. That is right to left. Schultz in motion. Clot back to pass. Looking for Moyer. Corner route. It's going to be caught. Moyer catches it. He's rewarded with his huge defensive play with a perfect pass from Clot to Moyer. And it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone. A diving, rolling catch for Joey Moyer. First and 10 inside the 15. Hand up the middle. Lieberg's there. Going to gain a couple. And Kenny Golot's got to be careful. Flag comes in, and got to be careful that Kenny doesn't get kicked out. Got to be careful that Kenny Golot doesn't get kicked out of the game, swinging his hand. Got to be careful. Yeah, they're having a long conversation about it. Kenny's got to be careful. We'll see what the final indication is. Golot's senior night game might come to an early exit. Two minutes to go here in the first quarter. things have been swimmingly well for Assumption after that first drive by Loyal. There's going to be a personal foul, of course, unsportsmanlike conduct on Kenny Golot, and they're going to allow him to stay in the football game.
Penalty is against the Royals for unsportsmanlike conduct.
I believe it should be second down. Yeah, 2nd and 23. A long way to go for the Royals. And Kenny Golot very, very lucky to be able to stay on the sidelines and stay in this football game. Klott is going to keep it himself off the right side. Huge hole, huge burst of speed all the way up to the 15-yard line. They'll give him the 16, gain of 10, and it's going to be third down. I would believe. Second down? I would think it should be third. Yeah, the play did count. So it's third down and long for Assumption with 80 seconds to go. Klott back under center, leading 13-6. In motion goes Stats, pitches it out to Cade. He is there. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Huge loss all the way back to near the 30-yard line. Right there is Hudson Hansen bringing him down. Thomas Hanum, who came in for Kenny Golot, got beat off that edge, and it's going to be fourth down and a mile for Assumption with 45 seconds to go. .35 seconds to go. Long first quarter. Klott rolling out to his right. He's going to be hit hard, and it's going to be incomplete and dropped. Turnover on downs. And back to the Greyhounds it goes with 28 seconds to go in this first quarter. Nobody enjoys being without comfort. Time to plan for the fall and winter months ahead. Give the pros at Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling a call for furnace and AC service in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be there rapidly to figure out and take care of the trouble, and we'll get the comfort working again right away. Call Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling at 715-301-0256 and visit online at rapidsheetmetal.com. Score from Marshfield, it is still 7-7. And going to hand it up again off the right side. Mason Kubas with the tackle past the 30. And on the carry again is Sully Hansen. Score from Amherst, 15-0 Falcons. 8-0 Edgar still over Pittsville. Pepinalma and Blair Taylor, 7-0. That should take us to the end of a very action-packed first quarter here in Wisconsin Rapids. 13-6 Royals. Back to Southwood County Stadium after these messages on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
For years, our Stone Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
It's been a good start here for the Loyal Greyhounds. Gave up those couple touchdowns, but offensively have looked very, very good against this Assumption defense. And we'll see what they can muster up here to start the second quarter here on senior night for Assumption. Get your next countertop, island, or stone wall at Stone Innovations. They specialize in the fabrication, design, and installation of such a great variety of stone products. For residential, commercial, or public structures, look to Stone Innovations at stoneinnovations.net. Zettler again hands it up the middle, and the Greyhounds will fall forward for another first down. It's going to be close, and they'll give it to him. Not sure which probably Sully Hansen off that right side. Haven't seen Louis Nicolai since that opening drive. Or haven't called his name anyway. And not in the backfield is Nicolai. See if we can spot him somewhere else. And up off the right side. Ball's on the ground, and Manny Schultz is going to fall on top of it. Knocked out. See if we can show or see who knocked that out here. Walker Livernash getting high fives all around. We'll see. That was a wonderful job. Again, hitting those gaps, and Sully Hansen had no chance. And another short field position. Let's see who that is. Gunnar Kraus, I believe. Knocked it out. Klott's going to pitch it out, pass it back to Manny Schultz. He's going to be pushed out of bounds and gain a couple on the play. Flag comes in. We'll see what the infraction is. Don't think it'd be an illegal pass. Everybody was behind the line of scrimmage. A face mask on Loyal.
There's a face mask penalty against the Greyhounds.
Yep, right there along the sideline. Nicely done. Good call. Add 5 more yards to it. It's going to be second down and about 2. They'll give them 1, I believe. Ball inside the red zone at the 18-yard line. Again, working left to right as you watch on your screen. Ryan Shaw, the usual offense. In motion goes Stats. Hands it up to Manny Schultz on the counter. Up the middle. Cuts back inside. Manny Schultz into the end zone. Touchdown Royals. Manny, who recovered the fumble caused by Gunnar Kraus, goes in the end zone from 18 yards out. And Assumption on 2 plays answers off or scores off of that turnover. And the Assumption students loving it from Manny. Mason Kubitz in again to attempt the PAT. Snap high, hold good, and Mason pushes it perfect. 11:16 to go in the opening quarter, or opening half, I should say. It is now 20-6 Assumption. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this on Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Two plays on that drive for Assumption. Again, we've seen it so far from Coach Sullivan and the Royals offensively. Joey Moyer had a huge hit on 4th down to cause a turnover on downs. He got rewarded with a big catch. Manny Schultz recovered the fumble, again caused by Gunnar Kraus. Obviously, you can't really You really can't reward Gunnar Kraus except for high fives and handshakes. And so you give it to the guy that recovered the fumble, and that was Manny Schultz. Mason Kubis again in to kick it away for the Assumption Royals. Yells, check your mouth guards, and with 11:16 to go in this first half, Royals have stretched it out to a 20-6 lead. Ball right along the sideline is going to be picked up, jukes the defender, and he's going to be roped out of bounds right there by, looks like Thomas Honham. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Loyal Greyhounds. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And like a good neighbor, Carrie Van Aert, State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, business, and so much more. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And like a good neighbor, Carrie Van Aert, State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids. Find Carrie Van Aert. Find Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on Facebook to get started today. Back to pass, it's a screen. It's going to be caught and breaks a couple of tackles. Still on his feet again. Drew Stiglitz on the reception. Assumption struggling tackling tonight. First and 10 for Loyal after that screen. Hands it up off the far side again. Nobody touched him. Great blocking. He's got the edge. He's going to be hit hard out of bounds here, the 30-yard line by Nick Lieberg, but not after another huge run for Sullivan Hansen. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds again at the 28-yard line. Just like that, Loyal is on the move again. Couple of big runs, or a pass and a run. And up off the left side. Gonna Krause in the middle of that defense in there. Nakusa and Amherst, see if we can get you a score from that. We had Nakusa last week. Picked up their first win over Spencer Columbus. Score from Marshfield, 7-7. Looks like Rapids is on the move. Along the far side again, going to be hit hard again by Lieberg, but another nice carry by Trin Scheel and another first down for Loyal. And Wisconsin Rapids has the lead over Marshfield after a touchdown. First and 10 for the Greyhounds. Inside the red zone at the 17-yard line. Hands off the right side again. There's Scheel. He's going to be roped down after no gain. Again, if Wisconsin Rapids is able to knock off Marshfield tonight, a very winnable game next week against Appleton West. And that would secure at least a tie for a conference championship on homecoming. One of the best environments I have ever been around was last year. And it was Lincoln homecoming against Marshfield. Absolutely awesome environment. A lot of people during homecoming week. Back to pass. Pressure's on. Into the end zone. It is incomplete. Incidental contact, but they're going to call pass interference. It's only a 5-yard penalty in high school. Or a half a distance, I believe. Half a distance on a pass interference. Or it's 15 yards, but half a distance as Jack Klott comes up limping after that play. Not what you want to see out of your senior quarterback. And Jack is going to be looked at. Saw Joey Moyer taking some reps at quarterback during warm-ups. And that left ankle being looked at. Last year it was against Webster during homecoming when Jack got hurt. Hurt his shoulder. And pitched out to the far side for Trin Scheel. Into the end zone, touchdown Loyal. Again with ease. Greyhounds go down the field for a touchdown. And it's 20-12. Again, not expected. This is a great showing by Loyal, who got shut out last week by Iola Scandinavia. Loyal has struggled big time to score points this year, but not tonight. And they have not struggled to move the ball down the field. And we'll see if Jack is going to be ready for the next offensive possession. Hand up the middle, and he is going to be stopped. Two-point conversion is no good. Walker Livernash is there with the tackle. 9:02 to go in the opening half. 20-12. Assumption. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Loyal, another successful drive, ending in a touchdown. And trainer Josh he's examining Jack Klotz's left ankle down on the trainer's table. So we'll see who might, and Jack is in a lot of pain. Reeling in pain on that trainer's table. Not somebody you want to lose, obviously, your starting quarterback. Ryan Shaw's going to take it at about the 16-yard line. Tries to find a hole. He does. He's going to be taken down near the 35. And now we'll see who's going to play quarterback for the Assumption Royals. And it might have to be Joey Moyer. Again, Joey was throwing during warm-ups, and he will take over at quarterback for the time being. Mason Kubis moves to wide receiver. Ryan Shaw goes to tight end. And Joey Moyer in at quarterback for the first time in his varsity high school career. He's going to keep it himself off the left side. He's going to run over a defender. He's still on his feet. Good bowling ball run for Joey Moyer on his first carry as a high school quarterback, varsity quarterback. Maybe second down and 5 for the Assumption Royals. Worked kind of fast out of that snap. We'll see if that is a deterrent from Joey at quarterback. 8:20 to go first half. Moyer back under center. And Joey kept it that time. He's going to be taken down by Roby Baranek. Third down coming up.
Joey Meyer with a short loss on the play brings up 3rd and 6.
And trying to keep our eye down there on Jack Klott. He got tangled up in that pass interference call. Now trainer Josh looking at the other foot, the other ankle. So we'll see. See if they let Moyer air it out here. In motion, Manny Schultz pitches it out to Manny. Tries to get the edge. He does. First down and more for Manny. It's going to be close, actually. They'll give him the first down. Good block on the edge and a good hard run for Manny Schultz and a first down for Assumption. Much needed first down for the Royals.
First down, Royals.
7:20 to go first half, 20-12. And they're going to ice his ankle. Man, that is a tough break. Hand up the middle to Lieberg. No gain on the play. See if he'll be ready for the second half. Get that swelling down. Man, oh man. Last year, again, it was homecoming on a freak injury, covering a punt for Klott. Hurt his shoulder this year, trying to cover on a pass and looked like twisted that ankle. Lieberg again up the middle. Beranek there, third down coming up. Bluey Nikolai on the far sidelines. He's been running up and down the sidelines as well. Hadn't had his name since that opening drive. He is on the sidelines with no shoe. Might have shoes on. Well, limping. Walking up and down that sidelines by himself. So two big key parts for both teams as of right now out. Halfway through the second quarter. And it's 20-12. Big third down coming up here. That's Joey Moyer in at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself right up the middle. Looked like a design. Fourth down coming up. And they're quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They're going for it. Got to watch the ball for Loyal. Fourth down coming up for Assumption. Moyer back under center. And they got Loyal to jump off sides again. And again, a senior, Roby Beranek, who has been dominant on this drive. It's going to be another first down for Assumption. Needed 4, got 5 on the penalty.
First down for the Royals.
And got up to the line quickly, and the big senior, 6'4", 270 pounds. Jumped off sides. First and 10 for Assumption. 5 minutes to go, first half. They'll start with the football in the second half. Manny Schultz off the right side. Nowhere to go. And Beranek with a big tackle, made up for it.
Manny Schultz with a short gain.
Ice on that left ankle for Jack Klott. And see if we can get an update on him at halftime. Tough break for the Assumption Royals. Keep an eye on it. Got ice on it pretty quickly to help that swelling. Moyer back under center, second down and 10. In motion, Schultz hands it to Stats on the counter, and he's going to be roped down in the backfield by Drew Stiglitz. Third down and long coming up. Perfect play call by the Royals. Perfectly read by Stiglitz, and it's third down and a long way to go for Assumption. Klott putting his sock back on his right foot. Third down, a long way to go. And Moyer's going to keep it himself off the left side. He's going to be roped down hard there by Beranek. And it's going to be fourth down, a long way to go. Appreciate you tuning in, Bob. I'll make sure that once the next carry that Trin has, make sure we get his name announced, pronounced correctly. And Kate Stats will be back to punt. Trin Shale. Good snap back to Stats. Cade, a roller, and it's going to take an Assumption roll all the way back inside the 15-yard line to the 14. If you're looking for hunting or recreational property, just call our buddy Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties at 715-213-4468. Again, if you're looking for hunting or recreational property, it's that time of the year. Got to get your hunting land before the seasons start. Bow hunting has already started a couple weeks ago. Just call Brian Roosh, our buddy with Whitetail Properties, at 715-213-4468. 1st and 10 for Loyal with 2:42 to go in this first half. Going to pitch it out to the far side. Tried to get the edge. Joey Moyer's not going to let him. Along with the rest of the Royals, Brad Jorgensen. Joey Moyer, first one there. And it's going to be second down, a long way to go. They gave him a pretty good spot with his quote-unquote forward progress. Score for Marshfield at halftime. Not surprised, 14-14. Nearly 500 people watching that game. One of the biggest games in all the state tonight. Second down and a long way to go. And the whistles blow. And it's going to be offsides on Assumption. Did not see a number. We'll see if we can get that. Give them 5 free yards. It's going to be a second down and manageable here for Loyal. Under center, back to pass. Hit as he throws it. It's going to be caught. Hit by Moyer. Staying on his feet is Stiglitz. Across the 40 and a first down. A huge first down for the Greyhounds. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Loyal with 1:47 to go in this first half. Jack Klott's dad out to have a look now. Usually not the best sign. We'll see, get a report on the pass. It's going to be caught. Ball's on the ground. They're going to say that it was fumbled. Picked up by the Royals. Joey Moyer gets a big block. Touchdown. Assumption. The catch, the fumble, the recovery, the touchdown. Kane Tofar with the fumble. And it is a touchdown for Assumption. Picked up by Moyer. Hit by Schultz. And the Royals score the touchdown. No, now they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. Unbelievable. Made a football move. That's what you call a football move. And it's going to be second down coming up. Man, oh man. Tough break for the Royals. Absolutely. Second down and 10, ball at the 40. There's a bang-bang play. And the call got overturned. And on the counter again, Louis Nikolai back into the game. He cuts back inside near the midfield. Louis Nikolai back into the game. It's third down coming up.
Louis Nikolai with a carry.
3rd and 2 coming up. Under a minute to go in this first half. Loyal has used one timeout. Assumption nothing. And back to Nikolai on the outside. Walker Livernash tries to chase him down. He does. Gets pushed out of bounds by Moyer and Adam Taylor.
Nikolai takes the corner and gets a first down.
First down for the Greyhounds. with 43 seconds to go. Taping up that left ankle of Jack Klott. Moyer read it perfectly, tries to get the edge. He does! And a huge sack for Joey Moyer. And a timeout for Loyal, but man, oh man. As good as it gets on reading the snap count. And it's going to be second down and a long way to go. Joey Moyer, have yourself a nice defensive night. Was not going to let Eli Zettler go. And a huge, huge play for Joey Moyer. Rustic Redefined provides a boutique shopping experience with unique and affordable clothing and accessories to fit your individual style. Shop Rustic Redefined on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, halftime in Marshfield, nearly halftime here with 35 seconds to go. And we'll try and get an update for you at halftime as Jack Klott's dad points to the stands. See if they have to take him over to see if they got to take him back over or take him over to Aspirus. We'll see. Second down and a long way to go, though. Again, not in the speculating profession. Back to pass, rolling out to his left, looking for a receiver. And it has Stiglitz along the sidelines. It's caught! 10-5 touchdown! And there is a flag late. There is a late flag back at the 40-yard line. The touchdown does count as of right now, and it looks like it's going to come back. A perfectly passed ball by Eli Zettler, caught by Stiglitz. And it's going to be a hold on Loyal. Bring back a huge 55-yard touchdown. And it's going to be second down and a mile coming up for Loyal. Stiglitz beat Taylor. And it's going to go all the way back to the 30-yard line. The first down is the Assumption 38. And back to pass again. Rolling out to his right. Cade Stats chasing him down. He throws it out. And it is going to be out of bounds, incomplete. Third down coming up. No chance there for Eli Zettler, getting chased by Cade Stats. And it's going to be third down and a mile. Did see Klott try to walk on that ankle and could not barely move. What a first half it has been here in Wisconsin Rapids. 16 seconds left, third down and a mile. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Get some pressure on it and see what happens. Joey Moyer with the pressure. Off the right side, he's going to get the tackle. It's Kenny Golot. And that should end our first half with 5 seconds to go. Man, oh man. What a first half it was. Assumption loses their starting quarterback, but they have a 20-12 lead. We'll come back, try to get everything wrapped up and figured out when we come back here to Wisconsin Rapids. Halftime score, the Assumption Royals 20, and the Loyal Greyhounds 12. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
Time now for the Jerry Sin Show, recorded at Edgar Family Restaurant in Edgar, and sponsored by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan, promises kept, plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org today.
Do the reverse and hand it off to Strite. He's going to try to go down the far right sideline. He's got running room. One man to beat. And going the distance on the punt return is Tegan Stride on the reverse.
Welcome to the Jerry Sin Show. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, here at the Edgar Family Restaurant in Edgar, also sponsored by Security Health Plan. Promises kept, plain and simple. Coach, we talked about a loss last week, so we get to talk about a win this week, and a conference win. And we talk about that all the time, because conference wins are so important as you work towards the goal of a conference championship. You got some catch up to do. You'll probably need some help from somebody else, Abbotsford or Auburndale, but maybe, you just never know. But first, let's talk about your game at Abbotsford, 40-7. At the end of the first quarter, though, Abbotsford 7, Edgar 6. So maybe a slow start, maybe a little bit of a hangover from that homecoming game. What was your opinion of the first quarter?
Well, Abby, of course, has some big guys, and they have, a fast, shifty quarterback and a running back. So it always takes kids a little while to adapt to their style. You can try to tell them in practice, what it's going to be like. That they're, pretty much going to be, foot to foot almost, and they're just going to try to wave you over and run you over and with bodies, and then those little guys are going to be kind of hard to find back there. But until you do it for about a quarter, they don't necessarily believe it, maybe 100%. I believe we turned the ball over our first possession threw a pass into double coverage and got it picked off. So that was one of the things that took us back a little bit there too. But that was about the only thing that Tegan Stratton did wrong all night. Other than that, he had a really good game. So yeah, we got things going then in the second quarter. Started out with a punt return by him of 75 yards and got us back on top, and then things went pretty well from there on.
Yeah, I imagine we'll talk about Tegan here a little bit more in depth in a minute, because you're right, he did statistically it looks pretty good, and watching the game it looked pretty good as well. Then after that, 34 unanswered points. So you guys, you did get things kind of figured out. Along the way, though, Abbotsford did outgain you on the ground by about 30 yards. We knew that Castillo and Fuentes were fast. Were they as fast on film as they were on the sidelines on Friday night? Yeah,
I think so. They're really shifty. Of course, they're not that big, but you still got to get a hold of them. And we, like I said, I thought overall we did a pretty good job defensively, keeping them contained fairly well. He's not a bad thrower either, and he did complete his first pass. And then after that, I think he was, he was 0 for 7 after that. 0 for 7 or whatever. Yeah, so we did a pretty good job. We had to bring more guys up to contain the run than we wanted to. So of course that leaves the pass a little bit susceptible. But yeah, we adapted to it fairly well. We have to, of course, improve our own running game some, too, because it's not really at the point where we want it to be yet. But that's, it's kind of a work in progress yet, yeah.
Yeah, Carter able to find himself over the century mark by a yard, 101. But you're talking more about the offensive line and getting them put in the right direction.
Yeah, we just have to get a more fluid, running game going where we can develop some rhythm, and we haven't quite hit that yet.
You mentioned Tegan just a minute ago, so let's talk about him, and then we're going to talk a lot about the defense. I see some numbers, at least from this game, that kind of stand out in my mind, kind of look like there may be more to know about it. But 241 yards passing, couple touchdowns to Leighton Schuett, another one to Brett Baumgartner. What was it about Friday night that allowed Tegan time in the pocket, time to find those receivers?
Well, some of their defensive linemen, of course, are very big guys, just like their offensive linemen are. So consequently, unless they bring linebackers or whatever, they don't get that instant pressure on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And we kind of thought that going into the game that, possibly you could drop back, step up in the pocket, make some throws. And if their rush was coming, it would probably be from the outside, their defensive ends. A little more athletic, faster guys, and it kind of worked out that way. I think in the secondary, they tend to play a lot of man-to-man. They played 3 deep, probably fairly often. A couple times we threw our pistol formation out there with 4 wide receivers. Well, if they don't adapt to it right away, one of them's probably going to be open because it's difficult to cover 4 guys with 3 guys. And so, we took advantage of that once or twice also.
And then lastly for Tegan, you set up a really nice punt return for him, your 3rd touchdown of the game, your 2nd of the 2nd quarter. Oftentimes when we see that nice wall and on a reverse like that, it's often to the bench side. The punt team, your opponent will often dictate which side you're going to run that to, but we see it a lot on the bench side. But the blocking was pretty perfect on that punt return, finished off by Brett Baumgartner on that final block too.
Yeah, the guys, we work on it every week, and Carter and Tegan, the 2 deep guys, being, first cousins guys that played with themselves, each other for years and years and years, and family get-togethers. They communicate really well. They're in the same grade. That's a big part of it, because we're yelling things when the punt's in the air. You might still be changing things because you don't know for sure where they're going to punt it to. So they have to be able to adapt on the fly to do what we want them to do, and they're pretty good at it. When we have guys back there that have worked together for 2-3 years, like we had Brewster and Gooden back there a couple of years ago, and they were good friends. And over the years, when we have guys that's back there that communicate well, then it's when it works well.
Yeah, and it worked really well, especially with that wall that was set up. Now, that had been a work in progress this season. We had seen that wall set up really nicely, but not able to get all the way to the distance. But this one was, you're able to finish it off. Yeah,
Tegan's got pretty good speed, and he has a pretty good feel as to when to cut back and so on, and he made a good return on that one.
You probably had to buy Mr. Baumgartner a cheeseburger after the game, too, for finishing off that last block. Defensively, Keegan Hartway, 8 tackles and he caused a fumble. Tell us about Keegan's progress through the season.
Well, he actually changed positions. He was an outside linebacker. We thought we had 3-4 pretty good linebackers. We graduated just about all of our defensive backs a year ago. During 7-on-7 in the summer, he started playing some corner. So we thought we'd try him out at corner this year because he's a wrestler and he stays fairly thin. He only weighs about 160, but he's a pretty good hitter. And he's adapted to the corner position fairly well, and he comes up and tackles pretty well, but he's still able to pass defend pretty well also. So he's done a good job adapting to the secondary role. And our other corner is Avery Normington. He's another senior. And then Tegan and Leighton Schuett, are 2 basically quarterbacks, but Leighton plays wide receiver right now. They're the 2 guys that play safety. So overall, that secondary is kind of gelling, and they're playing a little better.
You mentioned Avery Normanton, a handful of tackles on Friday night, and that interception that we talked about. Tell us about his play now as the season has went on.
Yeah, he's been tackling pretty good all year, and he's a wide receiver. He's fast. He's one of the fastest guys in our track team. We haven't really thrown him many balls. We hit him with a long one on Friday night, which he made a good catch because it was well covered, but he caught it right over the shoulder, and should have had 2 picks. He knows that. He had one that got jarred loose after he intercepted it, but if there were 2 receivers there, and he was looking at the one guy, and the other guy hit him from the back and knocked it out of there. But yeah, he's been playing well too.
Carter Butt led the team on Friday night in tackles with 10, had over 100 yards rushing. How do you make sure Carter has got enough juice to make it through every game?
Yeah, that's I was happy for the cooler weather, as were the kids. I heard a couple of offensive linemen say, "Coach, I didn't even get tired this game." and of course, I knew they were tired the first game. And so just having that temperature be, 50 instead of 75 and humid makes a big difference. We try to keep them hydrated, but I think from here on out now, I think it'll be a little easier on those guys maintaining their win because we're not going to have any more hot games, I don't think.
It doesn't seem like it. This morning, we're filming on Wednesday. It was 27 by me. It was maybe 30 by Coach this morning. And I was observing on Friday at kickoff all around. We had 10 games that we were showing live. So we were looking at all of them, and all of them have light sunlight for the first 10-15 minutes of the game, and then dark. Now that won't be the case. We're going to be all dark now going forward as the sun is setting now before 7 o'clock, and you've got Pittsville coming to town on Friday night. So with playing under darkness now for the rest of the season, and Pittsville brings kind of a dark defense to town. Tell us what you know about the Pittsville Panthers.
Well, I think Pittsville's a lot better than their record, might indicate. They played very well against Colby, 21-6 game. They seem to have some brothers, I assume, some Luthers and some Getzingers, several of them that are really top-notch players, both on offense and on defense. So, and they've always been a team that played hard. They'll attack you hard in defense, and then they'll come at you hard in offense. So, yeah, I think certainly, like I said before, I think they're considerably better than their record looks.
A team of Luthers, Getzingers, and Grimms.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they bring a version of a Grim Reaper type of defense. Did that surprise you, seeing Colby only able to put up 21? Pittsville had, and Pittsville scored a touchdown too.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that the game was that that close and that competitive. And of course, when you watch it on film, it's no fluke. It was a good game. Pittsville battled hard the whole game, and so certainly it caught our kids' attention. And hey, guys, you better be ready to play because these guys are a pretty darn good team. Yeah,
because your kids had just seen what Colby had done to them, and now you get to see that kind of an outcome. Pittsville, you mentioned the record does not indicate what type of team they are. They had Assumption beat late in that game. They were only a few minutes left, and I bet Coach Dewar, if he could, he'd go back and call one or two plays differently at the end. But this is a dangerous team on alumni night. So how do you get your kids kind of focused on that? We're going to have all the past Edgar football celebrities on the field at halftime. But you talked about it a little bit, but tell us a little bit more about how to get your kids dialed in on a really dangerous team.
Well, yeah, the alumni night thing, of course, is very different than the homecoming because the alumni activities are all for the grads, and so our kids really don't have anything to do with that. They're kind of fired up to play in front of them because a lot of them have won state championships and things like that. The homecoming activities, they're involved in those, and that takes a little more of their concentration away. So I'm hoping that we're, maybe a little more focused than we were in homecoming. But you got to get those special events in there, and Friday night will be alumni night, which will be good. We're also going to have youth night, I believe, so the little kids will be out there probably at halftime or whatever, maybe some.
You say that the kids don't get involved in alumni night. That makes sense, but I mean, those are your former players out there. So do you get a chance to connect with those guys before, during, or after the game? Yeah, usually after the game. We have a social and get together, and of course, everybody talks about how great they were, which is fun to listen to. Talk about themselves. Yeah. But yeah, it's always humorous and fun. Yeah, and of course they want to talk about the guys that are playing now too and how they think they're doing and so on. Sometimes in those type of reunion type of formats, you might have a special door prize for the guy that came the furthest away. Any ideas who that might be this year? No, I don't. I know the years that are being honored, like 72 for 50 years, and then 82 for 40 years, and 92. 92 is the state championship team that one of my sons played on, but I know he's not making it. He's in California, so he's not making it. He would win the prize though if he was there. Right. And then, of course, the 2002 team and the 2012 team. So it's a reunion for 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 years. So all those guys are honored now. Last about Pittsville here, some might consider it a trap game. I know you're going to have your kids ready, but we think about those type of things because after that it's at Auburndale. They're conference leader right now. After that, to finish the season, Marathon, another good team. You have any worries about kids looking past a game and an opponent that has just the one win? I don't really, because I think we prepare the same way every week, no matter who we're playing. Try to stick to the same routine and so on, and I think that kind of helps even out. We always talk to them about not getting too high about a great play and not getting too low about a bad play, because the next play is the most important play, not the one that just happened and so on. So hopefully that stuff sinks in, and as the season goes on,
a guy plays at a little more even level.
Yeah, he just pounded their heads just like that the whole time. Volleyball. I know when it's not a football game, you are often in the gym, especially at the home events. So whether that's volleyball or basketball or what have you, we see you roaming around the gym and supporting the school. Reagan Borkert, senior volleyball player. She plays, I believe she plays all three sports, or is a three-sport athlete. She's already the kills leader. So for me and you, that's a spike, but they call it a kill. She was already the kills leader in school history coming into the season, and that went over 1,000 on her career. What do you say about an accomplishment like that?
Yeah, Reagan's a great girl. I know her dad, Jason, really well. Been a friend for a lot of years, and a good football booster and supporter. But I'm really happy for her, because I know she works really hard. Seen her, in the fitness center working out and things like that. And yeah, she's a very good basketball player and a very good softball player. So yeah, she's an all-around athlete, a good student. I'm happy for her.
Was there any point in your life that people would have found you on a volleyball court?
I don't think so, no, unless it was in the sand, somewhere just having fun at a family reunion or something.
Excellent. All right. We'll put Coach Sins down as a worldwide known beach volleyball player. That's what that looks like there. Coach, best of luck on Friday against Pittsville.
Thank you very much, Jason.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. Tom King will be on the call, 6:50 pregame show. But again, mission number one, get down to the stadium and watch these guys in person. It's alumni night, so get down there, and you might know somebody else when you get down there and have a chance to reunite with maybe a former classmate or somebody you knew from around town way back when. So good luck, Coach, and we'll all be watching. And that'll do it for this edition of the Jerry Singe.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. We get you ready for half number 2 here between the Assumption Royals and Loyal Greyhounds. You can watch the entirety of that Jerry Singe show on Facebook. Just head over to Zaleski Sports on Facebook, and you can watch the end of that Jerry Singe show from last week. Jack Klott got helped off the helped off the sidelines at halftime by his dad and one of the coaches. So that is a storyline here in the second half, and hopefully not for the remainder of the 2022 football season. So Assumption will start the second half with the football. As Marshfield's long run to start their second half got erased by a tombstone pile driver takedown. As we're about to get underway here in the second half in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, no Jack Klott for the Royals here in the second half. They'll be at Webster next Friday night. Non-conference game. It does help with your seeding, though, to knock off a team like Webster. But again, you don't want to rush a ankle injury for a player that he's making his way back out onto the sidelines at least with crutches. So his ankle is taped up. He's got a shoe on, but it looks just like his street shoes. So that is a huge break, or a huge loss, I should say, for the Assumption Royals here tonight. And prayers up to Jack Klott. Nick Lieber goes over to him and tells his buddy, we got this for you. Let him rest over the weekend, get that ankle elevated for the remainder of the weekend, and see what happens. A kick going to be taken by Ryan Shaw at the 25-yard line for the Royals. Heads up, and here goes Ryan Shaw. Start the second half to the 40, the 30, the 20. He stays on his feet. Touchdown, Assumption. Ryan Shaw goes the distance on an opening kickoff to start the second half. Hudson Hansen tried to push him out of bounds, but Ryan Shaw kept his balance, and he goes to the house. What a start to the second half for the Assumption Royals. About 77 yards on the kickoff return. Talk about the balance by Ryan Shaw. Absolutely outstanding. As Hudson Hansen tried to push him out of bounds and pushed him closer and quicker to the end zone. Joey Moyer off the left edge, and the two-point conversion, they say, is no good. Good defensive tackle there. But the Royals strike first. 12 seconds in, they lead by 14. We'll take one quick break. Come back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
Post in Wisconsin Rapids is Central Wisconsin's premier antique mall, consignment, and sports shop. We're the store with more selection, more items changing daily, more chances to find something unique.
Trading Post in Wisconsin Rapids, the store you can get lost in and enjoy it.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids, and man, what a start to the second half for the Assumption Royals. 77 yards on the opening kickoff, on a line drive kickoff to Ryan Shaw. Two-point conversion was no good for Joey Moyer, but again, we'll talk to Coach Sullivan after that, after this game, if Assumption can hang on here and get a huge conference win after clinching their first conference title since 1975 last week at Pacelli. But to be able to get started the second half without your starting quarterback with a touchdown, without even having to put your offense out onto the field. Now we'll see what the defense can do. See the breath from Mason Kubis as it starts to cool down here in Central Wisconsin. Return from the 22-yard line. He's going to be stonewalled there at the 35, brought down. That is where Loyal will start their first possession of the second half. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices located throughout Central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started today. See if Loyal will air it out a little bit more here in the second. And they're going to hand it up off the right side. Spinning there is Sullivan Hansen. Gains a couple. Second down coming up. Have a couple of receivers spread out each side to try and not let Assumption pack it in so tight. And it's going to be second down and about 7 yards to go. Kane too far, the receiver to the near side. Zettler under center, and Nick Lieberg jumps off sides. Gains 5. That's the third offsides penalty we've seen tonight. 2 on Loyal, 1 on Assumption. One of the first penalties on Assumption tonight. Had that unsportsmanlike call against Kenny Golotz. That pass interference that hurt Jack Klott. Second down and manageable here for Loyal with under 11 minutes to go, third quarter. Week 7 high school football. Hand up the middle. Joey Moyer is there. Joey Moyer is blitzing those gaps, and they run right at him. That's just great defense and not the smartest offense. If you realize Zettler, I know you're a sophomore quarterback, but you are the leader on this offense. You gotta see that and maybe switch sides. Hand it up off or hand it to the other side. Let your running back go to the other side. 10-15, third quarter. Third down and about 4. 3 yards they'll give him. Receiver to the near side is Parker Smith. And going to toss it to the far side. He's going to get the first down. It's going to be close. I believe stats pushed him out right at the first down marker, and they're going to give it to him. First down for the Greyhounds.
Pitch to Sullivan. Hanson gives the Greyhounds a first down.
We may see Loyal in a different team name next year or the year after. Don't exactly know when it's going to go into effect. But the Loyal School District voted earlier this week that they might get the okay from Greenwood to had a huge hit there. Holy cow. Kenny Golot on the tackle of Sully Hansen. But Loyal and Greenwood, they do it in softball. They may co-op for football coming up. Greenwood, obviously, an 8-player football. They are getting pounded tonight by Owen Withy. Loyal and Greenwood might co-op for football coming up. Back to pass. Pressure is on, and he's going to throw it out. It is incomplete. Nick Lieberg with the pressure. Pressure immediately, and our white hat almost couldn't get out of the way in time. Third down and 12 coming up for Loyal. Score from Marshfield. It is 21-14 Marshfield Tigers over the Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. They're in the third quarter, about halfway through the third. And flag
on the play is for intentional grounding.
So they're going to call intentional grounding on Loyal, loss of down. So it's going to be third down and even further.
Moves the ball back to the 36-yard line.
Fourth down and 21. No, it was second down. It was second and 12. Yeah, it should be third down.
All right. Oh, we have a second here. 50-50 raffle. Hold up.
It was second down on the pass. It was second down. Third down now. Back to pass. Pressure's on immediately. They throw the screen. It is one-handed caught. Flag comes in. And it's going to be might be an illegal man downfield. It was a nice one-handed catch on the screen, brought down by Joey Moyer. So a quick stoppage here. The game has come to a complete halt. And it was third down and a mile. Penalty is declined. It is an illegal man downfield. And now it's fourth down. Again, going back to what it was before, on the intentional grounding, it was second and 12. The third down happened as a result of it. And then it was fourth down after that screenplay. So, Roby Baronic back to punt. Pressure is on and nearly got it. Short punt. Get out of the way, Nick. He's going to take a Loyal roll at the 44-yard line, and that doesn't even get back to the first down marker. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Zach's Technology, Rapid Sheet Metal, Sparhawk Trucking, Trading Post, and Scott Krug Realty. Assumption will start first and 10 at the 44-yard line on their own side, working left to right. Joey Moyer in at quarterback. After losing Jack Klott in the first half, Moyer's going to keep it himself off the right side. Rumble there, going to be taken down And the ball, I believe, was on the ground. And Assumption fell on top of it. Second down coming up. Second down coming up. The ball did hit the turf. See if we get you some score updates. DC Everson, Hortonville. 10-3 Evergreens in the third quarter. Waiwega Fremont and Stratford. Moyer's going to keep it himself. Off the left side, cuts back in, spins. And it's going to be third down coming up. Halftime, it looks like and it's 45-8 Stratford. Holy cow. Nakusa and Amherst was a blowout. Pittsville and Edgar, I believe, similar. Our game, New London and Wapaka. That looked like a little bit of a barn burner. 7-0. Sure is. Third down coming up for Assumption. In motion, Schultz. Moyer up the middle. Stiff arm to the 30, the 25, 20. Joey Moyer himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Assumption. Joey Moyer takes it the distance. 48 more yards for the Royals on the ground. And it's 32-12. Joey Moyer having himself a nice night defensively in that first half, and now he's found his role right now, at least in week 7, at quarterback. And the Royals lead 32-12. 2-point conversion incoming for the Royals. Moyer got pushed in the back by Nick Lieberg. I think Nick slipped. But nonetheless, 2-point conversion is no good. 7:26 to go in the third quarter. Royals 32, Greyhounds 12. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Mobile Link in Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for car and boat services, including window tinting, remote start, and accessorizing. Mobile Link on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Saw Blake from Mobile Link here tonight. Went in to see Blake on Wednesday. We got some good deals on a remote start. It's that time of the year. Over 5,000 have been put in his 30 years over at Mobile Link. So head over to Mobile Link on 8th Street. That's the place to go. Lifetime warranty. The only thing about a lifetime warranty on a remote start is that once the car goes bad, then you don't have the car anymore. So, and the warranty is kind of a kaput. But while you have the vehicle, might as well get it. You're in Wisconsin. It's getting cold. Tomorrow's supposed to be nice. Beginning of next week's supposed to be nice, and then it's supposed to be miserable. Not miserable, 50s. If you call that miserable in Wisconsin, you might have a little bit of a issue. Drag down there. The thing that everybody always talks about it, everybody, no matter where you are in the state, no matter where you are in the Midwest, that in the fall when it goes from like 70 to 50 to 40, everybody's all bundled up. But then when it turns around from the winter to the spring and it's from 0, then gets back up to 40, then everybody's in shorts and short sleeves and then you enjoy 40-degree weather. Just a couple of months difference. Off the right side, and going to be taken down. Trin Shale on the carry. Second down coming up. Again, Royals have been second down coming up. Try to get the Royals to jump off sides, and they did again. Second time. Not the cleanest game, obviously, from either side, especially for Assumption.
Offsides on the Royals.
At 5 yards, it's going to be second down and 1 coming up. Again, our Heartland Farms postgame show will conclude our broadcast here tonight. We still got 7 minutes in the third quarter. And we're 20 minutes to 9 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Got more football for you tomorrow. Pacelli back in action against Kingdom Lutheran Prep. And the ball's on the ground. The whistle didn't blow. Kate Stats to the end zone. Touchdown. The whistle did not blow. Everybody was looking around. And Stats into the end zone again. And it is a... Let's see what the final wording is. And everybody is celebrating. The Greyhounds backing up. The Royals are celebrating. And it's a touchdown. Assumption again turns them over and results in points. A scoop and score for Cade Stats. The ball was just sitting on the ground. Everybody was looking around. And Stats took it to the end zone. And the Royals lead 38-12. Defense, offense, defense, and special teams for the Royals tonight. Moyer back under center. Going to pitch it out to Manny Schultz, and the two-point conversion is dead. Yep. Dead ball as soon as it is a fumble. 6:45 still remaining in the third quarter. This is a marathon of a game. 38-12 Assumption. Back after this.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no one-man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises, friend.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in central Wisconsin.
Being serenaded by the voice of Freddie Mercury tonight. It was Michael Jackson at halftime. Freddie Mercury here in the third quarter. And the Royals lead 38-12. It was 26-12 at halftime. Right? No. 26? 26-12 at halftime? 20-12. 20-12, yeah. Yeah, and then the kickoff return, Joey Moyer's touchdown, Kate Stats touchdown. There we go. Mason Kubis with a nice kick. Retrieved by the Greyhounds right up the middle, and he's still going. He's going to be taken down past the 35-yard line. Score from Marshfield. The Marshfield Tigers 21, Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln 14. They're in the fourth quarter with 11:20 to go. Third down at 6 for Teal Lucas and the Red Raiders.
First down for the Greyhounds.
First and 10 for Loyal, working right to left, ball at the 39-yard line. Royals Assumption leading 38-12. Talking about the missed 2-point conversions here tonight, they could have gone a long way to get this clock running. Pressure is on. Kubas from his blind side, and Mason Kubas on the corner blitz brings him down. Kubas with a huge tackle. Had no idea that he was coming.
Second and 18.
A loss of 8 on the play. Beautifully called defensive play. And Kenny Golat, I believe, has got blood on his right elbow. So he has to come out of the game. Second and 18, 6 minutes to go. And head off the right side. And it looked like, again, Mason Kubas on the tackle. Third down and long coming up. And next week we will have Wisconsin Rapids and Appleton West right here on Zaleski Sports from Southwood County Stadium. Week 9 we will not. We will have Assumption and Rochelt on Thursday, and then we will not have Lincoln Week 9. But then playoffs. Right around the corner. 3 weeks from tonight. Zettler rolling out to his left. Still looking. Pressure's on from Cade Stats. Throws it out there. It's going to be popped up, and it is going to be caught but out of bounds. That was a heck of a concentration play there by the by the Greyhounds, but popped up and caught out of bounds. Fourth down coming up for the Greyhounds. And it looks like the Greyhounds, fourth and well behind the sticks, will elect to punt at the 35-yard line. 4th and 14. Royals lead 38-12. 5 minutes to go. We are still in the third quarter. Pressure's on. Quickly got it away. And that's going to take another Loyal bounce. And out of bounds, and that is where Assumption will start their next possession. And Joey Moyer, after that punt, is up a little bit limp as well. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. 38-12. Assumption. Again, if you're joining us late, Jack Clark got hurt on a defensive play on a pass interference call. And he has been out ever since. He had his left ankle looked at. He had it wrapped up. He had it iced. Now he's on crutches, in tennis shoes and his coat. And Joey Moyer has done a great job so far. Hands it up off the right side. Nick Lieberg now breaks a tackle, and Nick Lieberg goes to the house. Nick Lieberg, touchdown Assumption. 68 yards for the big fella. And the Royals score again, 44-12. Right off the right side. And the Royals running the Greyhounds out of Wisconsin Rapids here tonight. One play, 68 yards, and the Royals have put 44 points on the board here. And we are still 5 minutes left in this third quarter. And the people here as anxious as everybody else to get this clock running. It won't happen here. Joey Moyer will... 2-point conversion will be no good. Joey Moyer now coming up limp. His left calf. Goodness gracious. Falling like flies back to Wisconsin Rapids. We'll take another break. Why not? Royals lead by 32. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
Rustic Redefined is the area's boutique clothing store for women and children. You'll find a personalized shopping experience with unique and trendy styles to choose from. Rustic Redefined specializes in affordable clothes and accessories with red carpet service. Find your individual style at Rustic Redefined on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids and Rustic Redefined on Facebook.
.448 to go in this third quarter. Nearing 9 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Zach's Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids, though, is your go-to for residential and commercial computer repair. Custom-built desktops, off-site backup, and mobile repair. That's Zach's Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids. Mason Kubis to boot it away for the Royals, leading 44-12. And they will pick up 2 conference wins here tonight. They'll take it down Loyal, and then they will, next week is a forfeit to Wild Rose. And so, again, they're heading up to Webster next Friday night. And Mason Kubis to boot it away. That one's going to be caught on a hop, on a jump at the 25-yard line, and roped down immediately there by Thomas Hanum. And the Royals will take, or the Greyhounds will take over. Assumption 44. First and 10 for the Greyhounds at their own 34-yard line. 3 receivers set to the near side. Shotgun formation, first time in the shotgun tonight. And Nick Lieberg just stood him up and popped him. That's Shale on the carry. And it's second down coming up. Had a huge gap, but Nick Lieberg ran right into him. And Nick did not move an inch. A lot like those cartoons where the little guy runs into the big monster and doesn't move at all. That's exactly what just happened. Receiver to the far side against Mason Kubis, Manny Schultz, Nick Lieberg, and Ryan Shaw over here. Rolling out to his left, pressure is on, and tucking it, Zettler, and running out of bounds for a first down for the Greyhounds. The bigger gains of the second half for Loyal. With 3:49 to go in the third quarter, it's 44-12 Assumption. And spread them out and see what happens. That's what Loyal's doing, trying a little something different here. Trailing by 32 points in a tough all-around season for the Greyhounds. And now the receivers to the far side. And back to pass. Kraus with the pressure, and it's going to be low and incomplete through the hands. And if you want a game that will last another 20 minutes, just start passing the ball, and that's exactly what's happening. 3:42 to go. Every pass, every incomplete is a stoppage of the clock. Royals missed a couple of opportunities with their 2-point conversions to get this one to 35 plus. Loyal marched down the opening drive of the game and scored. Hands it up off the right side. It's going to be third down coming up. Joey Moyer cramping big time. That right calf. Moyer is cramping. And Chase Lieberg will check in. Just got to roll it out. Get the water, get the Gatorade, whatever it is. Moyer has worked his tail off here tonight. Third down coming up. Hands it up the middle again, off the far side, and it's going to be enough for another first down. As Kraus comes up limping as well. Goodness gracious. Cramped or got stepped on. Chase Lieberg with the tackle. Just got into the game as the first down. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. First and 10 for the Greyhounds. Pitches it to the far side. Tries to get the edge. Cade Stats is there along with Ryan Shaw. And maybe gains a yard, does Shale. A second down coming up for the Royals. Or excuse me, for the Greyhounds. Ball at the 41-yard line. Joey Moyer still working that right calf. 3 receivers set to the near side. One to the far side is Stiglitz. And back to pass. Rolling out to his left. Still looking. And pressure is on. It's going to be caught and probably for the worse for the Greyhounds. As Sullivan Hansen caught it and lost a yard. Nicely read there by Nick Lieberg and the Royals.
Short gain on that play.
Jeez, very. As now Kenny Golot jogs off the field. Poked in the eye, looks like. Ran right over there and put a towel right on his eye. Third down and long, though, for the Greyhounds. 1:45 to go in this third quarter. Hands it off to the far side. Cade Stats tracks him down. Sullivan Hansen going to be brought down. Fourth down and long coming up for Loyal. All right, how about that? See what just happened here. A wide open. Teal Lucas with a pass to a wide open receiver for Wisconsin Rapids, and the game is tied. Nearly tied. They still have to attempt the PAT. Fourth down coming up for the Greyhounds. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Back to pass. Pressure is on. Rolling out to his left. Coming in on him. The throw. And Shaw's going to go up. It's going to be incomplete. Again, beneficial maybe for the Royals, because if it's intercepted, except Ryan Shaw's speed, you might want to allow it to be a turnover on downs and then have the shot at taking a shorter field. First and 10 for the Royals. Still 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. We are nearly 2 hours into this football game, and Joey Moyer's back out onto the field. Mason Kubis, the receiver, to the near side. Royals need 1 touchdown, 3 points. No, is it 32? Yeah, 3 points. Get over 35 here to run this clock the rest of the ball game. Moyer under center. Hands it up the middle, and no blocking for Nick Lieberg. And it's going to be second down coming up for Assumption. So a conference title on the line in Marshfield, and it has turned out to be a doozy.
Short loss on the play.
And it's 21-21 with 5:16 to go in Marshfield. Getting the Red Raiders back home for the first time in a month next week. Homecoming here at Lincoln with 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Moyer under center, Schultz in motion. And Joey's going to keep it himself, break an arm tackle. Still on his feet, Joey Moyer to the house. Yes, sir. Moyer ends the third quarter with a touchdown again for Assumption. And it is 50-12. Have yourself a night, Joey Moyer. And that will take us to the fourth quarter and run the clock the remainder of the way. But man, oh man, what a night for Joey. Couple of huge stops defensively as Kenny Golot and Nick Lieberg just walked down the field. But yeah, what a night. Senior night for Joey Moyer. His senior quarterback goes down. Again, most prayers to Jack Klott to get him back out on the field. Again, don't know if they might push it next week. Webster is not as good as they were last year. Maybe keep Joey in there for another week. Give Jack about 14 days. 2-point conversion is good. It is a 40-point lead for the Assumption Royals. Fourth quarter will start when we get back here to Wisconsin Rapids.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. The Royals leading now 52-12. The clock will run as soon as Mason Kubas kicks it off, as it will be recovered by the Greyhounds. Or maybe. We'll see. It didn't happen that way in the first quarter. Mason Kubas, it wasn't really an onside kick. It was just mishandled by Loyal and gobbled up, and the Royals took it down for a touchdown after Loyal scored on their opening possession. Assumption came down, scored, got the kickoff, scored again. And then a couple of plays later, Jack Klott got hurt. And Joey Moyer has, again, done a wonderful job. That one's going to be caught by Parker Smith along the sidelines. He's going to be stood up, taken down at about the 44. The clock will run with 11:50 to go in the ballgame. Again, only time it'll stop injuries, touchdowns, or timeouts. We'll keep our eye on the game going on in Marshfield right now, keep you updated on that. Nearly 600 people watching that football game in Wisconsin or in Marshfield tonight. Man, oh man. And it keeps climbing. A lot of games are ending, and so they want to go to the next most exciting one. 3 minutes to go in Marshfield, tied at 21. Wisconsin Rapids has the ball at the 47-yard line. Assumption almost jumping off sides there. Hand up the middle. He's going to be met there. Big bear hug by Brad Jorgensen. And who was that? 56. Dylan Zanders on the tackle. Second down coming up at the 45. Again, Assumption will improve. They will get their 6th win of the season. They'll go to 6-1 on the year. And 5-0 in conference, and then 6-0 after their forfeit win against Wild Rose next week. And then they'll be back at home Thursday, October 13th, 4:30 kickoff right here. We'll have it for you on Zaleski Sports. On the jet sweep, along the far sideline, Cade Stats says no, sir. He gets popped again, driven to the ground by Joey Moyer. Who else? for the Royals defensively. Kate Stats, Joey Moyer, and Nick Lieberg, along with that defensive line. The DBs have been good. Defense has been overall pretty decent. Big thing for the Royals tonight, a lot of cramping. Again, as cold as it is, you still got to get hydrated. For as few guys as the Royals have that play both ways, three different ways with special teams. Teal Lucas falls for a first down. Back to pass, pressure's on. Joey Moyer again gets stiff-armed. And Moyer from behind is going to be incomplete. Moyer got stiff-armed, got back up, and hit Zettler.
Pass ball is incomplete.
And it's going to be fourth down coming up. See if Chase Lieberg gets a couple of reps here to end it. 90 seconds to go in Marshfield. Doesn't look like Coach Biolo's in too big of a hurry. 6:03 watching, right? 6:08. Again, it keeps going up, as you would expect. It'll be our biggest audience for sure, at least until the postseason. Teal Lucas back to pass. Connor Buboltz, I believe, number 1 with the reception. First down Assumption here with 8:15 to go. Kevin Harlan did it a couple of years ago. He announced 2 games at one time in the NFL. 1 minute to go in Marshfield. 21-21. Conference title on the line for the Red Raiders. If they win tonight, very winnable game next week against Appleton West. Moyer hands it up to Stats off the left side, and Kate Stats might take it to the house as well. And he will be tripped up there at about the 25-yard line. Make sure he didn't get any more hurt. And first down coming up.
Big game for the Royals, gives them a first down.
Ball at the Greyhounds' 28-yard line. A big run there for Wisconsin Rapids inside the 15-yard line with under 30 seconds to go. Again, they might be in the same boat they were last year, 3-way tie for first place. They lost to West. Marshfield beat West. And now Lincoln is looking to beat Marshfield. Run up the middle by Manny Schultz. And Manny falls near the 5. Coach Sullivan says, keep on going, boys.
First and goal for the Royals.
First and goal at the 6. I don't remember who the kicker for Lincoln is, but might be on his leg. Huh? Ashton Fisher. Gene Delisio, the voice of the Tigers. Joey Moyer off the left side, cuts back inside. Went from nothing to something. And we're halfway through this fourth quarter. Again, we'll have an opportunity to talk to head coach Jeff Sullivan and Joey Moyer after this game. Huh? Yeah. Talk to Alexis Walton as well. Might as well. Gotten to know Alexis over the last couple of years. Joey Moyer's mom singing the national anthem at basketball, baseball, football tonight. 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Royals on the doorstep again. Ryan Shaw and Nick Lieberg in the split back formation. Hands up to Ryan Shaw. Tries to get the senior a touchdown on senior night, and he does. And it's 58-12 Assumption. Get the seniors some touchdowns, and that is exactly what Coach Sullivan did. And looking for that 2-point conversion. And Wisconsin Rapids got it inside the 5-yard line. The clock is going to stop on a chain movement. And Teal Lucas is going to spike it. And it'll be on the foot of Mr. Fisher. 5:14 to go in this ball game, and it's 58-12. Dylan Zander, ball's on the ground, and the 2-point conversion is no good. 5:14 left. We'll take a quick break. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
Hi, this is Blake from Mobile Link. I can tint your car, truck, or SUV. I even tint windshields with a film you can't see, but will reduce heat and glare by 43%. We've all seen those do-it-yourself tint jobs that turn purple and start bubbling all over. Not my work. Everything gets tinted by me and inspected before it rolls out the door, including a lifetime warranty. Call Blake at Mobile Link to schedule your appointment today. 715-424-5432.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Ashton Fisher for the Red Raiders. Boots it, and Wisconsin Rapids knocks off Marshfield in Valley Football Association play. And Wisconsin Rapids with a win next week after falling to Wausau West in a heartbreaker a couple weeks ago. Has a chance to share the conference title. Wow, what a ball game that must be. Nearly 700 watching that football game here tonight in Marshfield. Holy cow. What a drive by Teal Lucas and the Red Raiders as well. Again, homecoming will be electric next week. Again, if Wisconsin Rapids can win that game next week against Appleton West, again, a very winnable game. And week 9 is against Menominee for Michigan because Wausau East has to forfeit. They will, they'll again be in that conference title hunt. Wausau West probably won't lose. They'll take on DC Everest, I think, next week. Or in week 9, I believe, maybe. Not sure. And then the Wausau West is the only other one. Wausau West and Marshfield. As Joey Moyer gets a nice round of applause. 4 minutes to go in this ball game. And there's about 2 seconds left in the game in Marshfield. Back to pass. Zettler across the middle. Stieglitz with the catch. He's dragging defenders near the 45-yard line. Have highlights of that game later on tonight on Facebook. Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. .320 to go. Again, we'll have an opportunity to talk to head coach Jeff Sullivan at the conclusion of this ball game, along with Joey Moyer, our Zaleski Sports player of the game. Unless they have a miracle for Marshfield, that game will be over. Thomas Hanum now getting up limp. Man, oh, man. He's hurt. I don't know if they have anybody left for the Royals. Adam Hassel checks in. 58-12 here in Wisconsin Rapids. One final play in Marshfield. And that will do it. It is incomplete, nearly intercepted, and Wisconsin Rapids will pull off the win against Marshfield. And off the right side, near the 35-yard line, runs over a couple of guys. So congratulations to the Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln Red Raiders.
Sullivan Hanson with a carry picks up a first down for the Greyhounds.
What a win. What a win for Wisconsin Rapids. Trailing 21-14 in that second half. Came back and Teal Lucas, Leo Brostowitz and company pulled off a huge win. We'll have them next week against Appleton West homecoming for the Red Raiders. Wisconsin Rapids Assumption also will pick up a win here tonight. It's going to be a doozy for the WIAA to try and figure it out with playoffs and where these teams are going to stack up. It happened last year. Pacelli knocked off Assumption in level 1, and then Spash played later on that night at Gerke Field. That might be what will happen here on October 21st. That is the first Friday of high school football playoffs, with the realization that Assumption will either probably get a 1 or 2 seed, and Lincoln will probably get a 2 or 3 seed. And a pass play here. Looking, pressure is on, and it is going to be incomplete. Wow, wonderfully done job by Ryan Shaw, the defensive back for Assumption, with 45 seconds to go. Again, if you get a 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed, you will get a home playoff game, and there's no way that Lincoln or Assumption will get lower than a 4 seed. So, again, that'll all be determined when the WIAA figures out all the playoffs the night after the final game. So, final week is October 14th, and then the WIAA gets to work with seeds, and those should probably be released on Sunday of the week after that. Sullivan Hanson off the right side. He stiff arms a couple of defenders. Ryan Shaw brings him down out of bounds. And that will do it here tonight. Wisconsin Rapids Assumption picks up a massive win, 58-12 over the Loyal Greyhounds. Heartland Farms postgame show coming up next here on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
All right. Good. Let's get the thumbs up here, guys. All right. Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids, here with Assumption head coach Jeff Sullivan. Coach, offense, defense, special teams tonight. Just talk a little bit about getting a big win.
Yeah, they're a much better team than their record is, and they came out right away and were fired up and tried to knock us off. Jack gets hurt there, and just can't let chaos go, and it didn't. The guys overcome that adversity, and scored on special teams, scored on defense, and we got some scores on O too. So, proud of all our guys, how they battled and competed, and didn't give up. Started raining on us, and they just got their umbrellas on and kept going. So.
Joey Moyer stepped in, obviously, at quarterback, scored a couple touchdowns in there as well. Just talk about his role. Defensively, first half, Joey was unstoppable. Offensively, second half, he stepped in big time.
Yeah, defensively, Joey's all over the place. He's one of the best linebackers I've ever coached, and he's all over the place. Quarterback-wise, he's terrible, so. He stepped in and did a nice job there, and he doesn't get a lot of reps in practice, and he's been our backup the whole year as far as that goes, and the kid's played center, he's played tight end, he's played quarterback, and it's nice to have a smart kid like that that can handle those things, and a football player like that that we can ride and count on to do his job.
All right, thanks, Coach. See you in a couple weeks. Thank you.
You're not coming to Webster?
I will not be in Webster. We'll bring in Joey Moyer here in a second. Joey, we'll throw you on this side here. Kind of got thrown into an unfamiliar spot here tonight at quarterback, but just talk a little bit about the game here tonight. Obviously, getting a big conference win.
All right, we got punched in the mouth a little bit, and then we had to overcome the adversity. Our starting quarterback went down, and then we all had to fill our positions.
Yeah, and just talk a little bit about that. People moving around. Obviously, last year Jack got hurt as well during homecoming, and kind of got thrown all in different disarray. So something not new, but kind of unfortunate as well.
Yeah, I think we're more ready for something to happen, so we were more cautious of what's going to happen in the past. Yeah. So.
Just talk about your role. Obviously, we've seen you the last number of years on defense. Coach has said you're one of the best linebackers he's ever coached. Just talk about your role and how you've grown the last couple of years defensively.
Well, I love the sport. Defense is my favorite spot, and I just like hitting people, so that's where I am in the defense. So
can't get much better than that, right? That's your job on defense, is hit people as hard as you can. Obviously, this has been a special year for you guys. Yep. Winning the conference title, first time in nearly 50 years. Just talk about how special this group is.
Well, the group, I think we're great. We got 8 seniors, I think. We're big, kind of strong. We're ready to rock. Get ready for playoffs too.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna put you in the house. All right, I'll back out of here. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
I'm Joey Moore, and I'm in the house.
Perfect. Thanks, Joey.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we're going to sign things off here from Southwood County Stadium. But before that, we give a big shout-out and congratulations to the Assumption Royals and a big shout-out to Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln, knocking off Marshfield tonight 24-21. Highlights from all around the Zaleski Sports Network later on tonight or tomorrow or Sunday or Monday on Facebook. For Olivia Zimmerman, this is Olivia Zimmerman and Joshua Bush. This is Steve Mayer signing off. Have a great night, everyone. We'll talk to you again next week right here on Zaleski Sports.